So this little camping trip is not about how many miles I've done or epic views or anything like that. It's just about some chilled out, peaceful camping by the side of a river. And I also get to catch up with my old mate Stephen Reed.
Hello. I'm outstanding in this field. Where are you pitching up?
I can pitch wherever I want really, can't I?
Go here. Yeah. Well, if you were down that way a bit, and we could put the fire tarp in the middle, or wherever you want, I suppose.
We've got all of this field to choose from. Cars and vans are not too far away. Really easy one, really.
It's a little bit embarrassing just how close by we're parked.
But that's not what this one's about, is it? For me, it's just about just getting out, having a natter with you, and just chilling out and enjoying some time outside in a peaceful area. Okay. Feels quite nice to not be rushed, not having to pitch late, leaving early in the morning or anything like that. Stephen's managed to get us permission to camp here, so can even have a little campfire as well, off the ground of course. Not short of nice little flat spots. This bit of ground seems a bit drier than other places, so we're not going to hopefully suffer from any bogginess when the rain comes down. Get a tent up. Oh, I'm going to need some poles as well, aren't I? Here we go. So I switched the bags for the tent. The other one was one of those, when they're long and thin. This one, short and fat. So it just fits into the top of my backpack a little bit better. I've not slept in this tent yet. So I'm quite looking forward to that. So the boss has decided that we're going to have two tents, I don't know, 20 feet apart, and then we're going to have a tarp in the middle and covering us over from the rain. Fire pit underneath, should be very cosy. It's the first tent that I've used that, or will have used, that's got carbon fibre poles. It looks so flimsy, but apparently they're quite strong. It's not going to be much of a test fit today though. Not yet, I hope.
Right.
If it's raining, then I'm going to be hurrying up this process. So everything's joined together in one big pole section, and then you've got these hubs that hold everything together. And then, like most tents, they just fit in these little grommet things at the end. So I've got the inner and the outer already connected. Makes it easier for if you've got potential rain and stuff like that. She fell over. Might need a peg or two because it's blowing away. So I haven't bought the original pegs with it. It does come with a few. I'm one of these people that has one set that sort of does everything. These ones are my favourites. Right. Ground takes a peg really easy anyway. Might need to adjust these once I've clipped the bits and bobs in. I'd love to know what that bird is. Can you hear it? Sounds like a woodpecker. Either that or a massive frog. Is that a woodpecker or a huge frog?
It's a woodpecker.
Yeah.
I hope it's not a huge frog.
Yeah, and just get these little clips, clip them onto poles. Apparently it's easier if you clip the top bit in first, but it's a bit harder to do that when it's windy. Get a few of these on first. That's how I'm doing it anyway. You do you, I'll do me, eh? There, that's better. Sorted. Looks the part anyway, doesn't it? That is up. Just need to tighten things up now. Move that round a bit. Feels solid as a rock, and that's with no guy lines at all. Don't know what I was worried about. So this little guy out point, if you pull this to the opposite direction, means when I open my door, that bit stays there, gives me a protected porch area. Or you can take that out and open everything fully. Brought a few guy lines with me as well, so we'll put them on. So I haven't got guy lines permanently attached to this. I've just got some of these quick release ones. Can't remember who makes them. That just wraps around your pole. Stick that through there and then back through itself. It's like a little toggle on there, look. That just locks it in place. Don't really need these, but you never know. Could get windier later. If you want belts and braces, you can put the lower ones on and then a couple up here as well, but I'm just going to put 4 on, just the mid-height ones on each corner. There she is, all pitched up. Looking solid. It's not too windy or anything like that though, so. Plenty of daylight as well. Although it's supposed to be raining within the hour. So I might need to hide in there in a little bit. I do need to nip away. That's the beauty of having the car there. I've come straight to the campsite because Stephen arrived here a little bit early. But I haven't brought any food with me. I haven't got any water with me. Although the stream's there, we don't know what lurks further up. I don't mind taking from streams on the high ground, but lower down stuff, it's not always worth the risk. So although this is just about the camping and chilling out, I am doing a bit of gear testing, just testing out my lightweight setup for a multi-day trip that I've got coming up.
This feels so wrong.
What backpack is this then?
This-
Wow!
This is the new, where did I get this?
Home Bargains or
B&M
something.
Bargains.
B&M Bargains.
This is the new B&M Bargains, which stands for Bogs and Mountains. Hyperlight, Ultralight, fully waterproof backpack.
Yeah?
It's very, you know, you just turn it upside down and then it just keeps all your stuff totally dry.
Like it,
totally
like it.
impervious to rain.
It's all about having the correct tools for the trail, isn't it? And in this situation,
This is
that is
anything but the
perfect.
right tool.
It's perfect. This is the reality of YouTube. He'll be telling all his subscribers that he's hiked in with this nice lightweight X-Bed backpack. The reality is this is what he's got. He'll probably be doing a Bear Grylls and sleeping in a hotel or in a converted barn over there.
I do have a bed in my van.
Yeah, as I was saying, this is a test for me, lightweight setup, but I hadn't planned on the sunshine up in the sky, but it's going to be really cold tonight. I've just looked at the forecast, let me show you. So it's going to be dropping down in the night to around 3 degrees. Feels like -1. And the quilt that I've got, it's rated to around 0. And I normally, choose a sleep system that is at least 5 degrees less than the temperature I'm going to be sleeping in. So hopefully I'm going to be warm enough. Oh look, we've got some visitors, look. Wolves. I'm glad I haven't brought any steak yet. I brought with me a few extra layers though, so sure we'll be fine. Yeah, I can always sleep in a down jacket. I know a lot of these mega ultralighters, they double up on things like this, so they'll have a lighter weight quilt or sleeping bag and then sleep in a down coat. Well, that's the bag I was telling you about for the tent. Yeah, it's long and thin, so it doesn't sit as well on top of the backpack, but it is great for, if it's wet and I wanted to stick it down in one of the side pockets so it's not inside my pack. So that's why I bring that one as well. It doesn't really weigh anything. Hello. I think they're barking at the... They don't like ginger beards, that's what it is.
The dogs have come. I put the tarp down here. Where it's nowhere near the tent.
Hole that big, and I still missed it. What's that? Put the tarp down there?
Yeah, just to wait. So all the flames don't.
Flames? Embers, you mean?
Embers.
It's one of them. I think we've got too much choice. Sometimes it's easier when you've only got the tiniest little place to pitch your tent.
Yes.
And you can't really think about it.
Yeah.
We've walked the whole field just about to try and find the best spot.
There's a certain sense of security in finding a pitch that's barely big enough for your tent.
Yeah.
And you have to go there. Because this place, well, it's slightly more out of the wind, but it's also going to lose the light maybe 5 minutes sooner.
Yeah. Light is everything for a videographer.
Everything, yeah.
Being a bit greedy. 2 pillows. Give him one of these. Aerogo Giga Pump. Now I sort of backed away from the pump inflators just because they're a bit noisy. They take up space and you need to charge them up, things like that. Whereas this one you can apparently run it off your phone you can run it from a power bank, and it's much smaller. So let me show you the size of it. So that is it. Comes with, there we go, little USB-C thing in there. But we'll see how quiet it is. If it's too noisy, I'll still be using the pump sack, I think. Let's get this door out of the way. I've just opened the box. Yeah, already taking it out of the box. Thought I'd lost you, boy. You can go in there. I always put these somewhere and lose them. Then I find them at home again. Usually they're tied around something on my backpack or something like that. That's a nice colour, isn't it? Yeah, these pump sacks, they're what I normally use nowadays. Let's see how this pump works. So it's not quite perfect fit on there yet. See if one of these work. And I think that would fit, but I think I've got to hold it on. Wonder if there's one that just fits and stays on. It seems not on this particular pad, so I'm going to have to just hold the pump in place. It'll still do a job though. Upon checking, that's as good a fit as that, so may as well not bother with any of the attachments, and then next time I can leave that at home. Let's see how noisy it is. Yeah. Bit too noisy, isn't it? We will, for the interest of science, just see how well it performs though. Not timing it, but I'll let you see in real time actually what it is. Right, and we're on. Apparently you can connect this to your phone as well and it'll run from that, which I'm going to try in a minute. We're there yet? Not far off. It's alright that. Just double check, see if it works on my phone. Plug it in. Oh yeah. So in a pinch, just take that in your mobile. If you haven't got a power bank or your power bank's dead. No idea how much of the battery it uses though. Have an extra breath or two in. They always do this, don't they? I wish they'd just put an extra tie out thing on more tents so you can double dog dare it, or whatever the term is. Got acres of space in there though. So that is a regular wide pad, so there is a bit of room at the top for all my junk, spare socks and stuff like that, and it fits snugly, but it fits at the bottom, which is good, and plenty of headroom. Happy days. Last job is the quilt. Although this pack is completely waterproof, I still like to keep my sleeping bag inside a dry sack. This one as well, it's got like one of these little breathy holes in it, so you can push all of the air out, one-way valve, so you can compress it really small, and that footprint there fits right, perfectly right at the bottom of my pack. See what I mean? Oh, that looks a long way down, doesn't it? Get this set up as early as you can. Let it loft up, get some air in there. We want that down to do its job later, don't we? Pretty much that is everything set up. It's done it again. Oh dear, I don't know why I bother. Is that just from...
That's been sitting like that for half an hour.
Oh, it's on the inside, some of it.
Inside, yeah.
Yeah, it's condensation. It's like a Hilleberg.
This is what happens when you have the wettest winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would be good if it rains.
I suppose.
Here.
Cheaper than Gore-Tex as well. You get 2 for 12 quid.
This is better than a poncho. It's like an umbrella and a poncho in one.
And you could, because it's a little channel here, you could like connect that up to like a water bladder thing. Vision, you might need to turn it the other way around though, you'll be walking into trees and stuff.
Hold on, if I jam it this way, it'll sort of grip my shoulders.
Like David Blaine, isn't he?
Yeah.
Northern Ireland's answer to David Blaine.
I'm just remembering what happened to his catheter.
He's what?
His catheter. Do you know that story?
No.
So David Blaine is in the block of ice. And he's there for like several days.
Steaming up.
And the only way he can go to the toilet is he can't, because he put a catheter in.
Okay.
But someone trips on the other end of it.
And pulls it out.
While he's in the ice. Yeah. Oh.
Nice. Did it melt the snow? Not the ice. Did it melt the
I
ice?
think it made his eyes water. That's what it did.
Just come back from a little shopping trip. Needed a bit of meat and some water. But while I was away, Stephen's been really busy, look. He's even had time to have a snooze. This is a gaffer little setup you've got here, mate.
Welcome.
This is going to be our chill out area this evening.
We've got, I don't think there's quite enough headspace to light a fire underneath it.
No, but yeah, it might get
one way to find out.
Yeah, we shall see.
This took me about an hour to set it up.
And he's also been engineering as well. You will have to watch his video to find out what that is for. All sounds very exciting.
It's my finest work. It's the best thing I've ever made. You got a new hat?
Yeah, I've been decathloning.
This is a new thing you've been trying?
I'm like honorary Yorkshireman now, aren't I?
Yeah, I think it suits you. Yeah.
I need a flat cap and might swap the Labradors for a whippet. And start drinking mild or something like that. Can you still get a pint of mild?
There's a little beachy bit you can get down that way. It's quite nice.
I'll have to have a wander and have a look.
Yeah.
The birds sound amazing, don't they?
Yeah, there's woodpeckers and pheasants and
Wood pigeon there. Don't know what the whistly one is.
cockatoo.
A puffin.
Puffin, yeah.
Let's go and have a little explore. Oh yeah, we could have a little paddle down here. Can you hear the woodpecker? Look at all this now. I'm wondering if the water has been this high at some point, or whether that is literally just moss growing on the tree. But I saw further downstream when I came in, they've got one of those measuring sticks for how high the water's been, and it was definitely at least 6 foot higher than it is now. It's like an old bird's nest. Getting a few signs of spring as well, look. He wasn't joking when he said a beach. It's proper beachy sand. Definitely looks like that's where the water has been this high. Whoa. You can see all the, you can see how high it is on the banks on the other side. So I've got all this fancy camping gear here, but this really excites me. The Brompton. And it's the the G-line one, isn't it? Oh. With his fancy Brook saddle on as well.
Hang on, I'll bring it over here.
Get it out of the way.
Right, see if I can do this in one smooth motion. I think I have to do this first.
Yeah.
Keep forgetting the order, do things, and then I have to bring this up. And then I have to, I think that's it.
You just pull it up from...
I just go like this. Nope.
I think it's from this bit here if you grab it normally, and then this bit. So just pull them apart, lift it up like that.
Oh,
there you go.
There we go.
Then swing it. There you go.
There we go. Well, smooth.
That was seamless.
Absolutely seamless.
That's a beauty, that.
Well, I've had 6 folding bikes. I've had one from when I was in university, and they are worse than a normal bike in every single way. But there's just something about them I really like. I've always wanted to get a Brompton because it is the
pinnacle.
The iconic, yeah. It's the VW Transporter
of folding
bikes. I mean, it
bikes.
nearly costs as much as a VW Transporter, and I wanted it with a brick saddle.
Did that come with it?
No, I got that. Well, they gave me it for free. They did a deal.
Ah.
The guy in the shop recognised me from YouTube and did me a deal.
Okay.
It has its advantages.
He's off-roading.
Going off-road. I may have found the limits of my abilities.
No traction control then?
Traction control. Would you like a go?
I would absolutely love a go.
Because you've got one of these.
I have, and it's
You got the 16-inch wheels.
yes.
Yeah. This is so much fun. This reminds me of being like 10 years old and bouncing around on these little bikes.
It looks like
I've jumped it off curbs and things.
it can handle a little bit of stuff.
Yeah.
Anything but tarmac on mine is horrendous. It's like fillings fall out and stuff like that.
We'll give it a go.
You'll film.
I'll
I'm
film.
going to just go on to the tracky bit though.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
See what happens. You have to go and watch Paul's video.
Right, let's go for it. Oh yeah. That is so different to the sea line. You're going down bumps and stuff and it handles it. Can I go on here?
Yeah.
I'm going over the bridge.
See any private signs?
It's a public right away, isn't it?
I'm fighting for my life here. I don't know if it's a public right away.
Well, we'll just spin it round then. That is a thing of beauty. You're going to keep up riding back, or I'll let you walk it if you want.
Yeah, off you go.
Whoa. It's got gears. Oh.
I'll race you. Actually, no, I'm not racing you. I'm running an ultramarathon in 2 days.
Bye. Oh, that's genius.
I have my bike back now, Paul.
Whoa.
Oh, we fell off. I'm just kidding.
FPV. Brompton, take my money. That is.
It's fun, isn't it?
It is. It's mountain bike like.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't feel.
No, well, there's the tiniest little bit of suspension in there, isn't there?
Yeah, that's the suspension blocks. That's a little block of rubber, but it doesn't feel like a folding bike because I've had.
It rides like a full-size bike.
Other ones, yeah. I mean, it's not exactly, but.
Not far off.
Here.
Yeah. So just if you were just for the benefit of the wife, how much could you pick one of these up for?
£250.
£250.
I took 250. Yeah. Out of zero.
I'm sold. Right, I've just bumped into this Brompton salesman, Joe,
We're just passing by.
and he's giving me a little run around on it as well.
I have never seen such joy on a man's face. So much so that sort of, if someone was to care about this man, they'd want to see that look of joy on his face again. And apparently this is...
We've got a sneaky feeling I'm going to have a caravan on the road before I have one of those on the trail. I'm cracking on, darling.
I have heard you've got some caravan repairs to do.
Right, yep, love it. Thank you, Stephen. So while I was out, I picked up a couple more of those fire logs. Fire's going to be off the ground, so it's all right to have one here, but it's got to be contained and off the ground, so that'll do a job nicely. Get myself a little low profile chair, we'll get that set up now. I think we're due, sunset is due in about 15 minutes, something like that, although I can't see it anymore, it's hiding behind that hill over there. I think that's the thing about when you come on some sort of campsite, you can bring kitchen sink if you want, can't you? You can bring chairs and tarps and all that kind of stuff. It's
Pits, camper vans.
Yeah.
Brought your ground chair again.
Yeah.
And did you not have any chairs that are off the ground?
I did have the chair zero at one point, but got rid because I just kept sinking into the ground. I've got the original Helinox, Trekology kind of one.
Yeah.
But I don't really use it. Weighs about a kilogram. But I like to be able to use these because I can get away with these inside a tent as well if I need to.
That's true.
Whereas the higher ones you can't really use inside a tent.
No. This will fit inside the Durst next mid.
Will it?
Yeah, I've done that before, not with the inner though, because I think it would poke holes in it.
Yeah. Yeah, the only issue with these ones is getting down, isn't it? Sometimes you've got to put your hands on the ground still just to... loop the bag on so it's not going to blow away.
Got my fire gloves.
Oh yeah. Oh, you look like Mickey Mouse now with those on.
Oh boy, we're going camp. Oh boy, welcome to our campsite.
So much for the peaceful camping. You've nailed it, mate. You've nailed it.
I'm on fire. people over there.
This valley echo a little bit, doesn't
It's
it?
quite echoey.
Time that nicely. The heavens are opening. We might have an evening of the sound of rain hitting the fly sheet.
It's a nice light rain though.
Yeah.
So far.
And there's no wind, so under there it'll be quite relaxing. Just sorting out the bunting.
Huh? Is the mood lighting?
I think Joe's got one of them as well. She'll have T-mood it.
It's all about the light.
Said that twice today. Although I'm not sure that might add to the ambience of your video.
That's what comes out of the hospital in Belfast.
What's that?
An ambience.
An ambience.
Here comes the ambience.
He's too daft to laugh at sometimes. There's a lot of effort going into this.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
This is what happens when I pitch up early.
Too much time on your hands.
Yeah. And then regret it when it comes to packing it down again.
I think I'm going to retire and get out of this rain. Now, everything is good now, apart from can't reach my drink, can't reach the camera. I have to use a fire log. What's this log? Bushcrafting. There's one job done. Pepsi Max is over there. We will try the old tripod trick. Look at this. Obviously I've spent far too many years trying to take the easy option. This is good, mate. Well done. I'm so glad you brought this tarp. Feet are just dangling out a little bit though. So is that what the tripod's for? Wow. What does it say? Vistork Dirk Technic, is it? It's proper engineering that is, mate. You sure it's strong enough?
Yeah, I think that'll hold that.
So that is typical. Now we're settled, the rain stopped. So that little pattering on the tarp, we're not going to hear that for a little bit.
You've lost your atmospheric tinkle.
We're going to have to listen to those birds instead, aren't we? Can you imagine what that's going to sound like in the morning when the dawn chorus is on?
Dawn chorus is currently from about 5:30.
Okay.
So we will be
No
awake.
alarms needed then in the morning.
We'll be awake from 5:30.
Doesn't get much better than that though. It's definitely better than the iPhone vibrating.
Yeah, if you've never properly experienced the dawn chorus, you've missed out. It's middle of summer. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's just so loud as well,
Yeah.
and it stops.
Yeah.
I did like a proper dawn chorus like
Video thing,
experience
yeah.
once, and a lot of the time, the place I went to offers it as something people can come and do during the summer. But if someone books it, they come at 6. We did it at 4:30, and he was kind of explaining it's actually at 4:30 when it peaks.
Okay.
Because that's actually dawn. In the summer, that's when dawn is. Because that's what sunrise is about 4:30 before 5. So the punters who come at 6, they get like 30% of the dawn
Muted
chorus.
version.
But it's just this cacophony. It's just amazing. Just 360 tweeting. I'm really not selling it here.
You are for me.
I brought my big saucepan.
Oh yeah. Bit of panorama tonight, is it?
Hmm?
This is the van pan. The van pan. Oh, proper unit.
Yeah, that's the fire maple pan.
Where do you get these from?
Internet somewhere?
Are they silicon?
No, they're not. No.
See, I want a silicon one that I can wrap around my pan
Yeah.
so it doesn't overheat. And then I can put some foil down the side of it and use it as like a windshield.
No, I use those for keeping it closed. I mean, I haven't tried to see if they're heat resistant, but I don't think they are.
Yeah. If you get it wrong, burning rubber's horrible, isn't it?
Especially when it's in the inside of the pan you're about to eat out of. Yeah.
Bit of rain again. What were you saying? That lighting is everything?
Lighting is everything.
Lighting is everything. There we go.
I need to go and get our mic. What's that?
Everything's come at once. Where did that come from?
The sky.
Bit of wind. The wind picked up as well.
Yeah, it is. It's getting atmospheric.
That looks alright, doesn't it? Lighting.
What's your lighting? Yeah. Sort of.
It's like a fairground now, look, mate.
Where's your lighter?
There we go.
Light up, light up.
Cinematic slow-mo lighter.
What? Cinematic lighter.
Got super night mode on here. Looks way too bright.
Do you want some fire?
Right, that is what it looks like without super night mode.
I don't think that'll burn up high enough to...
I don't think it will.
No. Let's risk it. Here, there's your lighter.
Thank you.
Oh, I forgot to hit record.
Did you? Blow it out, start again.
Muppet.
You're going to blow it out, aren't you?
No, I'll just hold it like this. The paper on the top is soggy.
It's an old saying, if you play with fire.
You get warm.
I suppose so.
And crispy.
Everything's getting wet through just from the... I don't know if it's condensation or what. The ground's wet now. It's...
Yeah.
Oh, that is very therapeutic though, isn't it? Quite good, these little fire things, aren't they?
I've never used this. This net.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody got me that for Christmas 2 years ago, and it sat in my van for 2 years. I thought I need to wait for the perfect moment.
This is it, is it?
This is it. Yeah, this is it.
I feel privileged. That's alright, that, isn't it?
It's hotter closer right down.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going that close. I'll do that old trick. Whoa. Don't do this at home, kids.
It's a good way to remove all the hair off the back of your hand.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for that. Smells horrible, doesn't it? There was someone on one of the bushcraft meets that I went on. Magic Fire or something. It's like this little sachet thing. Yeah, you just put it in the fire and then you get all these different psychedelic colours coming from the flame. Beats any television though, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. This is the kind of AI slop I'm into.
What, you just putting it on the television?
Staring at fire.
on repeat for 8 hours.
Yeah.
That's really clever because there's virtually no heat underneath it.
Yeah.
We can't feel it.
It's astonishing. You can go right about.
Yeah, I'm touching the metal frame.
Yeah, you can
literally just underneath it.
I'm not doing it, but you can nearly touch. My finger is about a centimetre under that log, and no heat.
And the mesh is that fine that nothing can fall through.
Yeah, nothing significant anyway.
Should have bought more of those logs.
We've got
3 more.
3 more.
At least we can have an early night then, suppose, when they burn out. It's nice that we're able to actually have a fire on here. But even so, you should bring these, shouldn't you? Well, bring your own firewood. There is a big pile of it further down, about 50 yards down there, but just because it's there doesn't mean it's there for the taking.
For the chopping.
Yeah.
I mean, one of these, 90 minutes of heat, and they're what was it, £1.50?
£1.50.
£1.50. So for a £5, that gives you 4 or 5 hours of heat.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely don't go bringing a saw and cutting down trees and stuff like that.
Chainsaw.
No need. Unless you've got permission to do so, you've got your own little swamp that you're allowed to go in.
that floods. Breaks your heart.
Right, let's get the stove set up first. Oh, chopping board. You put that there. You don't necessarily have to have the canister support, but it just gives things a little bit of stability. Now what I could do, to be honest with you, is I could chop everything up and just put it in the one pan, so I could have sliced bits of steak. Where'd I put my knife? But I don't want to do that, so we're going to chop some mushrooms up. Do you like yours sliced or chunky?
My mushrooms?
Yeah.
I kind of like them chunky and then sort of slightly sautéed. Did you bring salted butter?
Well, I'm off the butter at the moment. Although butter's not...
Salted water then.
Salted water. Now I've got some avocado oil.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
Is it healthy or...?
It's healthier apparently.
Allegedly.
And it's got like a high smoke point, so you can...
Smoke it?
Yeah, well you can get it hot. Whereas olive oil, apparently you can't get it as hot. This is just what my research has come up with anyway.
He hasn't washed any of these mushrooms. We're going to be getting all kinds of pestilence. My mum always washed mushrooms, but I don't, and I feel guilty about it.
I don't.
I'm glad to find out you're disgusting too.
Well, I like to just burn off anything.
Yeah,
any bacteria exactly.
with
the stove.
Exactly. And if there's any soil on it, it's just a little bit of fibre.
Exactly.
That's so small.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, let me see that.
It's really good. It's really good, to be fair.
Look at this teeny tiny little spatula. It looks like a lollipop. Where'd you get that?
The place where you shouldn't buy stuff.
Temu.
Amazon.
Send me a link.
Let's get a little bit of oil in the pan. It does say Avo on it, so we've got the right stuff on. Have you had Avo on a stick before?
I know all about Avo on a stick.
Yeah. Right, let's get this fired up. There goes the eyebrows. Pan on. Get it nice and warm. Got little bits of grass there, look.
So what's this? Cedar Summit?
Yeah, it's a Cedar Summit Frontier Ultralight. This is the 1.2 litre version.
So it's ceramic?
Ceramic coated, yeah.
What's good about ceramic? Does it not peel off the way Teflon does?
No.
So permanent?
It's permanently on there. It is...
It's the same stuff that uses heat shields and spaceships.
It's got really good non-stick coating. That is hot, that is. Don't need that much heat. So this stove, that's why I've chosen this one. You've got really good simmer control.
Water is smoking.
Told you it had a good smoke point, didn't I? Right, let's get some shrooms in. Oh, we've got some sizzle going off there, look. Makes a change for me. Normally I
Yeah, you've never heard of caramelization?
no. You've had grey steak off me before, haven't you?
Yeah.
I'm under pressure this
It
time.
would have been more brown if somebody boiled it.
Right, so this is going to be the mushrooms, and then we're just going to give them a bit of a stir here and there. Some sizzle noises. Do you like mushrooms medium rare as well?
Yeah, I like slightly caramelised, a little bit of brown on, a little bit.
That is one of those words that I love in the Northern Irish accent. Caramelised.
Caramelised?
Caramelised.
I mean, I can really... Caramelised?
Yeah.
I'll come round to your house and caramelise you.
Suppose I could put the lid on, couldn't I? Then we're steaming them a little bit as well. So, although I do love this pan, I do need to point out, it does have one little flaw. The only flaw that I've come across it is...
Oh no.
Yeah, this handle is it's quite heavy. So when you've got the pan empty, it can like sort of tip a little bit. I will show you when I've cooked these mushrooms that
okay.
it's easy to... The weight of the handle sort of like pulls it over. So if you've got an empty pot on here, I always make sure that I've got the handle in line with one of the arms of the stove, and that way it stops it from tipping over.
Oh, they smell good.
Do need to point that out. Not everything is perfect. Not caramelised yet though, are they? Let's get that whacked up a bit.
Still not caramelised with the lid on. That's what Gordon told me.
Gordon, the gopher.
Ramsey.
Stephen Reed, classically trained by Gordon the gopher. Can't see it here, but I feel like that those mushrooms are starting to caramelise. And if you have a look at the pan, there's nothing sticking, there's nothing burnt on it. It's just...
There's nothing sticking there. There's caramelisation happening, but there's no sticking to the pan base.
You couldn't do this with a titanium pot.
No, definitely not. Titanium is rubbish for cooking and everything sticks.
So I've actually got a non-stick titanium pot, but it's still the heat transfers that bad it just burns your food. You can't get the flame low enough. Right. So as I said, if I was just cooking for me and it wasn't fancy or anything, I'd have everything chopped up and all going in the one pan, but I want to plate it up so it's nice for Stephen. So I've got my little, what's it called? My little insulated pouch.
Just pouring the mushrooms straight in there.
No. I've got some tin foil. So I put the mushrooms in tin foil. Too much smoke going off here. That's one of the bad things about filming in the dark. Mushrooms in, wrap it up, put it in the foil, and that should still be warm.
Is there any tin in tin foil?
I don't know.
I think it is.
I don't know. But they look alright. Look at that, look. He said he wanted it caramelised, and there's a bit of caramelised mushroom.
Looking good.
Looking good. Right, we'll get them on there. Wrap those up. Right, just zoom in on the pan there a second, Stephen. Can you see what I mean? So the pan, it just, I put it there like that,
wow.
and it fell over a little bit.
Oh yeah, I was going to say it's completely clean on the inside.
Right, that's all insulated, by the way.
That is the inside of that pan after he's cooked those mushrooms. Nothing really stuck to it. There's a little bit of stuff in the middle, but that is clean.
Nice slab of meat there. Zoomage.
Look at that. The rib of the eye.
Right, so this won't go in the pan in a oneer, otherwise I would have cooked it that way normally. Right, that is cooked. Set that pan on the heat again. Cornish sea salt.
What's so good about Cornish sea salt?
I don't know. I was told it was good for me, so that's what I've gone for. Bit of pepper, black pepper, coarsely ground. We've got a smoking pan. Right, this is where we need to try and get it in here. Are you ready for this? For the sizzly moment?
Yeah.
Right, so steak in the pan. Steak in the pan. Steak in the pan. Bit more salt. Good for the blood pressure. Bit of pepper.
Well, I need to boost my electrolytes.
There we go.
Anyway.
Let's get that. I'm just going to leave that because I'm not a timer when it comes to steak. It'll just be till you can start to see it being cooked up the side of the steak, and then we'll flip it over. Always come prepared. What's that? That's titanium.
Yeah.
So I've eaten off, but you can't cook on it.
Yeah, I don't cook on it. I have cooked on this one.
Have you?
I tried. Yeah, it just burned. It was not good.
You need ceramic plates then. Ceramic plates is probably an old thing though, isn't it? Different type of ceramic. These modern day ceramic coatings are...
Enamel plates.
Yeah. Bone china. Right, I am concerned about this. Just because I'm under pressure that I don't give Stephen a rubbish steak. It needs to be to cook to his liking, or he does sort of complain publicly.
And loudly.
So I might just give it the old flip. Right, so, are you ready for this? Oh,
ooh.
Flipping hell.
Oh, look at...
Flipping hell, we've got...
Is that caramelization on a Paul Messner cooked steak?
Yeah.
That is actually... That's better than I thought that was going to look.
Greyer than that.
It's actually got some colour to it.
There you go. Leave that to do its thing a bit longer. Right, I don't know if you want to put your pan, your titanium plate, somewhere next to the fire just to keep it warm, and that way your steak, once it's resting...
Probably some noxious chemicals coming off this.
oh yeah, don't do that then. Let's not do that then. Right, so I don't think that steak is far off cooked. Let's just give it a flippage. Get that on the camera. I'll get my cameraman here. Look, here, Stephen. Have a look at the other side.
Wow.
There we go.
Caramelization both sides. I'd say that.
Is it done enough for you? You like it? You like it medium rare, rare-ish?
Yeah, it looks good, looks good.
Okay then. Right, let's get this out of the pan. So, there we go. So that is the steak on the go. Right, give that a little bit of a scrape. Where'd I put my scraper? Need just to make sure that it's clear because I'm going to be frying an egg. That is the plan anyway. Do you like fried egg?
Yeah.
Avo oil again. Get some avo oil in there.
There's heat radiating down underneath.
Is there?
Yeah, it's sort of warm under there.
Use that's what this is good for as well. Once you get a bit of moisture in there,
If you manage to do an egg in this without it sticking, I'll be really impressed.
Yeah. Right, so that has pretty much come off. Everything's come off there. Got my little egg carrier. These are them like golden yolky kind of things.
Ooh, too hot.
Bit too hot for your liking, is it? This will be fine. Trust me. I've done this before. Right, because it is an egg and I want it to cook a little bit on the top as well, I'm going to put the lid on. This one is the toughest bit of the gig, I think, a fried egg. Because the pan's a little bit deeper, it would be easier if I had a shallower pan, to be fair. But I just wanted to show that you can do something as delicate as a fried egg. I've done scrambled egg in this, porridge in this, no bother at all. And nothing really sticks to it. I have got the pan really hot, obviously, to sizzle the steak, so there are caramelized bits on it, so you're going to get a tiny bit of something. But that looks like it's going...
That's going quite well.
Going great guns. You just need to make sure that the white gets solid enough to be able to manipulate it a bit. So that egg is not a million miles off now. Look at this.
Will it flip in one piece?
Do you
That's the question.
Well, do you want it flipping, or can I show you my other little technique to help cook the top?
Show me your tricks.
Alright, so I've seen this done. This is not my idea, by the way. Saw this on like somewhere else. Might have been Instagram, might have been MasterChef, something like that. So you get the little tiny bit more heat, like that, look. And then when your egg is almost cooked on top, you add a gnat's cock of water, and then put the lid on.
Oh, steaming the top.
And then that steams the top bit and cooks the top of the yolk, so you've got it cooked all over.
Every day's a school day.
Nearly there. While we're at it, I'm going to let you dish up your mushrooms.
Oh.
Just make sure that, put them on your plate because the egg is coming shortly. Let's have a look at that, look. So there, it's cooked the top of the egg.
It worked.
And that is without having to flip it. So then now, I can just move this egg around. I'm going to get rid of actually the excess bit of liquid, because it's not the prettiest bit, that. And then I can just serve up your egg. I'm going to put it on top because it's like a fancy serving. There we go, non-stick.
That is it. I'm impressed with that pan. There's the mushrooms.
Seasoned to taste.
Oh yes, thank you very much. Salt and pepper. Thank you, Cornwall.
There we go. And then just look at the pan now. I've done nothing with that.
That is really impressive.
Yeah. So this is 100 grams more than a 750 titanium pot.
But a lot more useful.
It's 1.2 litres capacity, but I can cook in it. It's so much more versatile. Now, as everything when it comes to a bit of cooking, the proof is in the eating. So I just, I'm hoping the steak's still warm. With the, just have a mushroom, and the mushroom's still warm after they've been kept in that foil and the little pouch.
Yeah, they're warm enough.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they're
Scalding.
scalding, but they're warm, yeah.
Yeah. Probably given the egg a minute too long.
So,
Just
mushroom.
Although there still should be a little bit of runniness in that yolk.
Yeah, there is.
There we go. This is where he cuts his main artery in his thigh. That egg's alright, isn't it?
Yeah, the egg is.
Let's hope the steak's cooked enough for you. I can always bob it back in the pan.
It's slightly rare.
Yeah.
But
Better than grey.
that is delicious. I can confidently say it's much better than what I'm going to make.
Good.
Thank you.
Well, one person pot though, so I'm going to have to do the same again for me now.
Bit of mushroom, bit of egg, bit of steak.
Done the job.
Now you have to do it all again to make yours. This is delicious. That's a quality steak.
Right, my turn now.
It's the caramelization that really sets it off.
Yeah. My turn for a bit of food now. I'm not going to be as fancy with mine. Everything is going to go in one pot. And just stir it around. I'll cut the steak into smaller pieces, and then when I serve it out I will just quickly chuck my egg in. Might scramble mine though. Probably get some funny things in the comments that I'm butchering my steak. My steak though. It's one of them, I like it how I like it.
Do you want to ruin it? That's your choice.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Went on holiday a couple of years back with the lads, and we had a meal out, and one of them, he didn't really eat steak, and he ordered his fillet, and he said, can I have it well done? And We kind of give him some grief over it, because that's what you do as lads in a group. But it's his steak. He paid his money.
Yeah.
It's one of them. You like it how you like it, I suppose. So we should leave people to do their own thing. That's the only thing about ribeye. It can be fatty in places, can't it? Yeah, that's the mushrooms done enough. In fact, I'm gonna probably season the steak on here. Just gonna put the lean bits in. Oop. 5-second rule. It's gonna get cooked, isn't it? This is the easy way of doing it, to be fair, and that's what I would do if I was just on my own, and I will probably just eat it out of the pot. Yes, can't wait to tuck into that.
There must be a damp all over here.
Yeah, just because of the moisture.
The grass is damper than when we arrived.
That has done enough for me. Nice bit of char on the steak there. Get the stove off for now. I'm going to eat this first. Oh yeah. The steak is so good. I think the light isn't showing it very well. Ready for this. There's something about having your steak and outdoors, isn't there? Campfire.
Oh, sorry, you're recording.
It's alright.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed my steak 15 minutes ago.
Stephen's just about to fire up his ultralight stove.
I was so well prepared for this trip, I just brought this out of the van.
It's a monster, isn't it? Does the job.
Does the job. Fire comes out of it.
When in Cumbria and all that. What have we got on the stove?
This is kind of a paella. It's got rice, it's got chicken, it's got chorizo, it's got mushrooms, and it's got a little bit of sauce. And I'm just about to taste it and see if it's got any flavour. Needs more salt and pepper.
I've got some of that. I'm assuming that on your video you'll be sharing the secret recipe.
Yes, of course. I had the foresight to think of that. Let's make it very peppery.
I like pepper.
And don't want to go too nuts for the salt. Mix that in.
Can't wait to try it.
Yeah. Oh, we've got one more packet of
Secret sauce.
Secret, yeah. Secret ingredient. Whoop.
Thought I'd lost you, boy.
I can't see what it's doing.
That's more than enough, thank you.
That looks
Perfect.
I might just eat mine straight from now. I gotta put in the bowl. Portion control.
You were having a go at me for doing the same thing, eating out of the pot.
Yeah, well, never miss an opportunity to be a hypocrite.
Nice that. We've eaten like kings today.
Like kings. I can't guarantee that it won't give you tremendous heartburn.
As long as it doesn't give me food poisoning, I'll take that.
Garlic would have been good.
Yeah.
A little bit of garlic.
I've got garlic peanuts, not peanuts.
What?
Cashews. Garlic cashews.
Your cashews?
Yeah.
Cashews.
Cashews. Whatever you want to call them.
English people always say cashews in such a polite way.
Roasted chili and garlic.
Cashews.
Cashews.
Cashews. That's cashews. Cashews.
Everything from Northern Ireland sounds a bit more aggressive. Like
Crunchy caramelized cashews. Just spat food everywhere. I think the Germans are the best at that.
Yeah.
Just everything sounds threatening. Like, I love you in German. Ich liebe dich. Ich liebe dich. I sound like a threat.
It's good, this. It's got like a mix of lots of different textures and...
Yeah, the mushrooms added an extra layer of intrigue. Where's my... I left my camera all the way there.
So much warmer under here than it is out there. Got our own little microclimate under this tarp, I think. Steaming socks. We know how to party, don't we?
I set my socks on fire once.
What, just some dangling them? Or
Yep. It was a pair of bridge steels, like waterproof bridge steels. Burned a hole in them.
I had one of me Messner hats that I used to pick something, a pan off, and it... Oh, no, I was putting it at the side of the fire to dry it off, and it singed all of the fibres on it.
What happened to the hats?
Well, Jo was... She was sewing them all on herself, all the things. And
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work just for what it was, and yeah, I couldn't be bothered
Well,
with
that makes
really.
them worth more money now. They're,
Well,
they're collector's items.
We might bring them back.
Yeah.
It'll be autumn time now, though. Or bring some for winter, limited edition, because it's 10 years.
Really?
This year, 10 years me being a YouTuber.
Wow.
And it's 5 years me being full time.
Wow. I've done... What year is this?
2026.
I've done 1 year and 3 months full time. 5 years.
5 years.
Wow. What has been the most significant, or what's been the most surprising thing you learned? Or what thing surprised you the most?
About being a YouTuber.
Yeah, or doing it full time. Like, was there something? What happened that you didn't expect? You're like, whoa, that was unexpected. Maybe good or bad.
The biggest shock to the system was actually missing the banter from being in a work environment, because I've always worked with other people and being part of a team.
Yeah.
And taking the mickey out of each other and all that kind of stuff, and then suddenly you become the boss, the taxi driver, the everything. You do it all, don't you?
Yeah.
And you've got nobody to bounce off other than, Joe's been great, but when it comes to all of it, it's quite lonely sometimes. Although I've not been alone, but
yeah, I know what
it's
you
quite
mean.
lonely. What about you? What's your biggest surprise?
I think my biggest, not about it full time, but I think YouTube in general was that people actually watched the videos.
Yeah.
That was the biggest surprise, because I started doing it. It was kind of like the very first YouTube video I made was made as it was a project to promote local tourism, and all I was commissioned to do was to make a 60-second remember when every video on Instagram, it was just about transitions?
Yeah.
So it was just to make a 60-second video, loads of transitions, and I sort of thought, well, we're going to be out filming all day, I might as well shoot a vlog while I'm at it.
Yeah.
So I did that, and about 10 times more people watched the vlog as watched the 60-second video, which at the time I was kind of teaching all my clients, all my clients who I was advising in marketing stuff, make your videos shorter and shorter. Long videos don't work.
Yeah.
And then I proved myself completely wrong. I think that surprised me that people watch it full time. That's a hard one for me, because I've been self-employed most of my career.
Yeah.
So I think the business side of it is easier and harder.
than what I was doing before. It's easier in the sense that once you get, say, sponsors,
Yeah.
they're quite easy to please. You know, they just want a 40 to 50 second bit. You know, you got to say the right things.
Yeah.
When I was doing client work, if I made a video for a client, I could have 10 rounds of feedback.
Yeah.
And it was just...
And then, exactly. You just...
It was just so much. But the flip side of that is, when I was doing client work, I was doing maybe one client job a month, maybe two.
Yeah.
When it comes to sponsors, you could have like four a month. So there's a lot more to it.
I think that's another thing. So you head out wherever you want to go. You fire up your camera. You talk to it. You tell your story, whatever it is you want to do. And then you've got no guarantees
Yeah.
about how well it's going to do. So in business in general, you would think you would buy a camping stove at X amount for the cost price, and then you would sell it at a higher price, and that is your profit.
Yeah.
So you know in advance sort of thing what you're going to get. But with YouTube, you've got no idea. You can lose money, you can make money.
It's like the movie industry. I mean, the movie industry works exactly the same way. People invest money into scripts, you know, and they get actors together, they get the production, and they make it. And every movie's a gamble. They just hope it'll do really well at the box office, and then the investors will make a return on it. YouTube videos are exactly the same, but just on a microscopic scale. You know, because movies have budgets of, millions plus.
And I know we've talked about it before. So, like when I did the West Highland Way.
Yeah.
You walk 100 miles plus. You invest in your train tickets. You invest in the gear. You invest in, and then the videos don't pay for that. And I know it's even worse for you because you've come over this time. How much was your ferry and all? And
ferry was 360. Diesel for this trip will be about £100, and food and accommodation and stuff. So
and a wild campsite.
Yeah, a wild campsite. So I spent if this was the only thing I was doing, I've spent £500 to make the video I made. Yeah. But thankfully, I'm over. You're
doing lots of other things.
I'm doing this ultra marathon that I haven't. I keep mentioning. So I am over for more than one reason. But I've spent. The most I've spent, I think I've spent £1,500 making a single video.
Wow.
Before, have I spent that much? I spent maybe closer to £1,000 that I haven't made any money on.
Yeah.
Because that it didn't pan out, whereas some other videos have been more successful.
See, I'm quite fortunate that way. I probably spent I know I've spent thousands of pounds on camping equipment, but you can always sell that or
it's the travel. Anytime if I want to come over and do something in Scotland or England or Wales, minimum travel costs of £500. Really, maybe more. Every time I want to do it, and sponsor doesn't always even cover that, so I've made a loss occasionally. But then every now and then you get a banger that does really well, and
it sort of offsets it.
Sort of offsets it,
and you can eat more than beans for a week.
Yeah. I'm not complaining. Just a little bit. Yeah. But would you rather be health and safety inspecting?
No. I feel like I've got freedom.
Can't go back.
I've got freedom. I'd hate to have to do it. Like we were saying earlier on, I don't take this for granted.
No.
YouTube is same as anything else. The radio was always going to be there.
As an arc.
Yeah.
You don't know where you are.
Horse and cart. If you invested in horses and carts 150 years ago, you might have been loaded, but people don't use those things anymore. Things are changing so rapidly.
NFTs. It's all invest your money in NFTs.
That was Gary Vaynerchuk. He said to spend What's an NFT?
People were stupid enough to pay money for a link to an image of a monkey.
Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah. So take every day as it comes. Enjoy the moment. No matter what I do, if I have to go back to work at some point, or a conventional job, shall we say. I'll still be out to enjoy the outdoors. I'll still get out and I'll still go camping.
It's still there.
Yeah, that's not going anywhere, and it'll be here long after I've retired and gone.
And we're all staring at your memorial plaque up on top of Kindersky.
Oh, that'd be nice.
How do you feel about that? Would you want a memorial plaque?
No.
Is that littering?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I've got mixed
No, I
feelings
don't know.
about
I'd quite like that little plaque on a bench.
it.
Yeah.
Plaque on a bench.
Yeah.
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 People can have someone sit on Paul's bench.
Yeah. Put it on Paul's bench.
This is very morbid. Oh, starting to rain.
Yeah, the rain is back.
Here lies Paul. What happened to him? He was caramelized.
Caramelized under a tarp.
What a way to go.
I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm contemplating getting in that quilt.
Sounds like a plan. For you.
For me, yeah.
I'll get my own quilt.
You got your own quilt, thank you, yeah. Leave this up till morning, just in case you need somewhere to fire your stove up. Although you've got a huge tent, haven't you?
Yeah.
There should be loads of room in there for cooking and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, although the vestibules are quite close to the fly.
Okay. So you need to be careful.
Yeah. But look, there's ice on it. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Why is there's no ice in your tent? Look. I wasn't expecting a sub-zero camp tonight.
No. I'm beginning to think I should have brought a warmer sleeping kit. Oh, there's odd little ice flakes in there.
Those are frozen.
Yeah.
Temperature has dropped. Really dropped.
I shall see you in the morning then, mate.
Yeah. All right.
Look at that. That's from the cold temperature. So when I blew that up, it was quite firm because it had warm air in it, and as it's got so cold, it doesn't take up as much volume, so it needs a little bit of extra air in. Not going to put the pump on at this time of night. Only needs a couple of breaths. Hands are cold. Might be sleeping with gloves on. So this is a subject of debate. So this has got full solid inner in here. So it's ideal for UK conditions, but you can zip this bit down, which gives you some more ventilation up there. Now, do you zip it up to keep it slightly warmer in here, but that increases your risk of condensation. Or do you leave a little gap? I think I'm going to leave about that much at the top. Hopefully that means we've got no condensation in here in the morning. Although you've already seen that there's ice forming on the outside of the tent. Everything is wet through. We're right next to the river. I think condensation is inevitable. But as long as I stay warm enough, I'll be alright. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Morning. It's about 6:25 now. And the birds have been singing since about 5:20. Sounds quite windy out there as well. I'm not ready to wake up yet though. Well, that's a surprise. There's no condensation on the inner tent. Even right above where I've been breathing. Feels dry in there as well. Unheard of. Let's go and listen to those birds. You can see it's windy up the top and we're being hidden by it in this little bit of a valley. So considering we've had rain overnight, the river's still crystal clear. Well, this is a pretty little walk. Those birds seem to have quietened down quite a bit. Looks like a heron over there. I don't know if it is. Oh, there it is. Look, see if I can get it on the old iPhone record. Must be here on a bit of a fishing trip. Let's head back and get that kettle on. A little bit stiff this morning. I don't want to be down on the ground, so set the stove up on a little table. Sleep alright?
Amazingly.
Yeah.
That's the most comfortable mat I've slept on.
Good.
Now, maybe it helped that I got up at 5 a.m. yesterday. But, yeah, that was a very...
It's like giving birth, isn't it?
It got warmer during... It's much warmer now than it was last night.
Definitely.
Yeah. The wind must have changed direction during the night because I had both sleeping bags layered over me and then I woke up sweating. I had to get...
I've got the stove going if you want some. Have you got a cup? Just for some boiling water. I don't know if you have a cup of tea or anything.
I'm just gonna have some more.
Okay. No. It's just started to rain. Porridge on the go as well. Might be coffee flavoured porridge. Some people will be up for an early morning dip. Not me. Be freezing in there. Let's go and check on this porridge. Oh yeah, it's thickening up a little bit. I have got a few goodies to stick in it. Put a few almonds in there. And then got some blueberries. It's going to be a bit like, I'm going to convince myself it's a fruit and nut bar. Everyone's a fruit and nut case. Really good for you apparently, full of polyphenols and antioxidants. Give that a good mix up. Doesn't look the best. Not a bad start to the day. Don't need that on now. So I'll pack a few bits away. lofts up really big. Keeps you nice and warm, but you can squash it down to nothing. Well, virtually nothing. I like the headroom in this. Plenty of room for setting up and packing away. It's one of those moments when you think, was it really worth setting it up? It's done a job. And I had it with me, so may as well have a go of it, ain't you? I think at least half the fun of camping, for me anyway, it's just messing around with all the different types of gear. Make sure I've not left anything in. The amount of times I pack away and I've got my lantern still in the tent. Did a fine job that last night. Need to be quick. It's just started raining. Yeah, this is not the worst bit of the tent, so I do like it, but once you've packed the poles down, it seems like there's just a bit of an odd shape. I'll show you in a second when I've taken it apart. Bit tight in that one. Oh. Yeah, you just got that little weird shape bit there. Not doing any harm, like, but I think you get that on most of these poles with hub systems on. I will be drying this out properly when I get back home. But I'm just going to stuff the tent in the bag. Depending on the tent and what sort of conditions I'm in, I actually prefer to roll the tent, just because then you know how it's configured in your bag. Makes setting it up a bit easier, especially if it's windy out. This is just going to get hung out to dry. Yeah, this is what I was on about with a shorter but stumpier bag. It's easier to manipulate the shape at the top of my rucksack. Make sure it's all packed nicely because there's a long hike back to the car. It's actually nice to every now and again do this kind of camp, something where there's no pressure. You can just enjoy it for what it is. Just getting outdoors, catching up with your mate. And the birds gave us a bit of a spectacular show as well, so happy days. Right, the last job is this tarp. Fire grill all disposed of,
Yeah.
packed away.
All done. It's in a bag. There's hardly any ash.
That's great.
And that's that thing away in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Those are a bargain.
and yeah, no scorching on the ground or anything like that.
Yeah. Is that like it was? Where was it? It was here.
Yeah,
Like the ground's still, it's still damp.
does that one stay in there or does it come out?
No, it all comes out. Only problem with this pole is there's no attachment points at the tips,
Okay,
so it's just kind of.
yeah, but it's not designed for this particular tarp, is it?
Not.
Mother Nature did us proud with your sticks. Whereabouts did you get them from?
They were all just lying in a heap.
It is a campsite after all, isn't it? Ooh, just let me have a look at these.
Yeah, they're good. They're cheap as well.
3FUL gear. Are these the carbon fibre ones?
No, those are the aluminium ones.
Okay,
It's kind of a good. I think they're a good alternative to the Eastons.
yeah,
They're thinner than the Eastons. They're slightly shorter,
but a lot cheaper.
and they're a lot cheaper. Yeah, I think it's 10 of them for like 25 quid, something like that.
Okay,
They're a lot cheaper than Eastons.
yeah, they're about £7 or £8 a piece, I think, Eastons. Get myself ready for the long hike. Fully strap in and all that. Want the load to be on my hips, don't I? Quick check we've not left anything. What's that? Don't think that's ours, but take it anyway. Just off the A66, Venture something Park or something.
Okay.
Bear with me 1 second. Right. Stephen's going to join me now on the park run in Penrith. I've had a better banana with him.
I hate bananas.
I mean, he might not claim the prize then, but I reckon I can do him.
It's on. It's on.
Thank you for inviting me along to this wonderful wild location.
Yeah. Wild.
Been nice catching up, and I'll try and catch you up on the park run in.
Did you come to a conclusion? I didn't.
Oh, I've not made my video's not about this conclusion, but
You haven't
Look.
had to.
it's one of those. I've enjoyed last night. It was good.
Yeah.
But it's more about having a chat with you and decent food and all of that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, and just being able to enjoy camping for what it is. There was no pressure. There was no, you've got to get there for a certain time. You've got to
Yeah.
leave at a certain time, other than to do our run. But yeah, that's nice and relaxed. But I need to go and find a toilet now. So
Yeah.
That's where a campsite comes into its own, I
Exactly.
suppose.
Yeah. And even though it wasn't a wild location, it was still intense.
Very intense.
See myself out.
Yeah. Bye for now.